If you're one of the people who struggles with symptoms caused by abuse and neglect in childhood and you have a hard time getting to sleep, you are so not alone. Complex PTSD is something that can generate stress in your mind and in your body even when there's nothing to stress about. Have you ever had that? You get racing thoughts or a fast heartbeat, or you might have a hard time sticking to a sleep schedule or quieting down at the end of the day. And if you have distressing thoughts, even if you fall asleep at a good time, you can wake up worried and right back in your CPTSD symptoms in the middle of the night. So we don't want that. Good sleep is totally important for you learning to notice that rough and discombobulated feeling that your old triggers can bring up, and for you to learn to calm those triggers, to get re-regulated. I'm Anna Runkle, also known as the Crappy Childhood Fairy, and I teach people how to calm the symptoms that so often flow from trauma in your past. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to set yourself up for that nice, deep, easy sleep that is so important for your trauma healing. Now, some of what I'm going to teach you is standard stuff, which we all need to be reminded of sometimes. And some of it is unique to the program I teach for getting relief from the anxious and angry thoughts that can keep you distracted and emotional during the day, and that can keep you too stressed and amped up at night to get a really deep sleep. So this video has 3 parts. I'm going to go over some basic steps that you can take to prepare for your bedtime, and then I'll teach you my own approach to calm your mind and get those distressed thoughts out before you go to sleep. And finally, I'll give you some guided relaxation that you can use to actually go to sleep while you're watching this. So starting right now, this video won't have any more ads in it, and I'm going to suggest that you look down at the lower edge of the player window where there's a little toggle switch to turn off autoplay. You might have to hover there with your cursor to see the autoplay toggle. So make sure that's off. And that way, if you do drift off to sleep, you won't be waked up by some new video with ads blaring after this one ends. So go ahead and turn that off. Now, when you're preparing for bed, there are a few common sense things to do. You might be already doing them. One is to leave the period of hours, like 3 hours or so before you sleep, as calm as possible. And that means finishing your dinner at least 3 hours before bed, as well as anything alcoholic that you might be drinking with your dinner. You don't want to have those during the quiet hours. You want to make sure that you stop any kind of work on a computer or writing or tidying up or whatever it is that you do in the evening. Make sure you stop that 2 hours before bed. And then, I don't know about you, but this is the hard one for me. Turn off all screens 1 hour before bed. And you know, I love watching TV in bed probably more than anyone I know. But getting deep sleep means that all that drama and killing and fast action is too much. So the last hour is saved for connecting with your cat or your dog or your partner, or talking or reading, or using the writing technique that I'm about to teach you. I'll do that in a minute. Now, you know all the good tips for creating a sleep-friendly room. You want to keep it cool, keep it dark, keep it quiet. And personally, I'm so sensitive to light in the room that I unplug everything with an LED light. And in the summer, when it gets light out early, even though I have blackout curtains in my room, I sleep with a hand towel folded over my face. Is that weird? And to screen out noise, I keep this little container of earplugs next to my bed, and I like the clear white putty kind that's made of silicone, and I think they're the most effective. They screen out more noise for me than the foam kind, but I know a lot of people prefer the foam kind because they're more comfortable. These feel kind of like, you feel a bit clogged or something, so you might want to try different ones. Okay, you might have other little tricks you use, but before you turn the lights off, here's the writing technique I told you I'd show you. Now, many of you watching are already my students and you've learned the full daily practice. If you haven't learned it yet, you can at another time go into the description section of this video or any of my videos and find the free techniques called the daily practice. And if you're in any of my courses or coaching programs, you know I recommend using these together twice a day to quiet distressing thoughts and calm your PTSD symptoms. So even if you're doing the daily practice twice a day, I don't recommend you do meditation a third time, but you can do you can sit down and write your fears again a third time, okay? So that's what this is. I'm going to show you a very simplified version using a pen and paper to get any troubling thoughts out of your mind before you sleep. And you're going to need the pen and paper like right now. So if that's not handy for you, I invite you to just pause the video while you get those, and then we'll start again, okay? Okay. So you ready? On your piece of paper, I'm going to ask you to write, I have fear, and then write whatever troubling thought happens to already be on your mind. Maybe it's, I have fear I'm not going to be able to sleep, or I have fear I didn't get anything done today, or I have fear I spent too much money this morning and fear I'll never get ahead in life. Whatever the fear is that's troubling you right now, go ahead and write it. Don't make it too long. Don't go digging for things in your memory. Just write whatever troubling thoughts are there right now, because those are the ones that are likely to agitate your mind when you're trying to sleep. So let's get it out of your mind. Now, if you've gotten that fear completely written on paper, go ahead and write a second one, and then a third. All right, you're going to write 3 fears just for this example. I have fear, whatever it is. And then I have fear, whatever the next thing is. And I have fear, whatever the next thing is. But just write whatever troubling thought is on your mind. And then when you're done, just keeping it very simple, go ahead and write, I release these fears. Now, if you're a person who believes in God, I do, or you have a higher power of some kind, you might want to write, please remove these fears. I find that comforting. That's the simplified version, right, of writing the technique I teach of writing fears and resentments. This one's just fear, very simple closing. And you might write just 1 fear, you can write 20, whatever you need to do, but when you're done, be sure to let them go and then tear up that piece of paper, get rid of it. What you're doing here is taking these troubling thoughts and taking them out of your mind and onto paper, not so that you can remember them or read them tomorrow, it's so you can stop thinking about them. They're probably going to come back tomorrow. That's okay. But for now, you just earned a little free time, a little vacation from those troubling thoughts. So I want you to also keep that pen and paper by your bed when you sleep. If you're the kind of person who gets ideas or remembers to-do items at 3 a.m, I do. I keep my phone by the bed so I can use it as a little light if some big thing comes into my mind and isn't going to let me sleep. And I will sort of lean up on my elbow, grab my pen and paper, and I write it down. And then I know I can see that tomorrow. That'll be waiting for me tomorrow. And I put it back over on the bedstand. And if it comes back into my mind, I can remind myself that is on the bedstand. I will check it out tomorrow. And this is partly so I can remember the idea, but it's mostly so that I can just relax and go back to sleep. Okay, so you've got a dark room that's cool and quiet, if possible. And long ago, you finished eating and drinking and watching TV. And now you've gotten your anxious thoughts out. They're on paper. You've got pen and paper by the bed in case you need them. And this is the part of the video where I'll walk you through a mental exercise that will help you transition from waking time into sleeping time. And my husband taught me this method. He calls it fish face. And he learned it from a video on YouTube that was made by a fighter pilot. And I guess pilots have to learn to sleep anytime, anywhere. So they have a technique for falling asleep. And honestly, I've never seen the video. I just know fish face. All right. So if you're ready, go ahead and lie down. Really, it's go ahead and lie down in a comfortable position for sleeping. And you're going to be doing some relaxation. So laying on your back is probably ideal, with your head on a pillow and your blanket pulled up the way you like it, and you're just hands at ease, everything just very relaxed. And you can begin by taking in some slow, deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, and then out. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, and in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, and out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're going to breathe on your own now, which I know you know how to do. And I want you to pay attention first to the muscles in your face, around your eyes, your temples, your forehead, the muscles of your jaw, and as you just keep breathing your nice, slow, deep breaths, let those parts of your face just completely relax. Let your jaw fall open a little if that's what it wants to do. Let all that tension around your eyes just go soft and relaxed. Let the inside of your throat relax. Let the muscles of your mouth and cheeks relax. You can even let your ears relax. And that slow relaxation is now just spreading around the back of your head. Down the back of your neck. Around the front of your neck, just soft, relaxed breathing. Down across your shoulders. You can let that softness spread around your chest. Relaxation spreads into your belly. Your arms. Your forearms, your hands. And then it just pours slowly like a warm wave in slow motion down through the rest of your back. Your hips. Your behind. The muscles of your pelvic floor. The very tops of your legs, so relaxed. The fronts of your legs are relaxed. The backs of your legs are relaxed. Your knees are so relaxed. Your shins. Your calves. Your ankles. Now your feet, your beautiful, complicated feet, are just letting it all go. All the way through the tips of your toes. You are just so relaxed. and your breathing. Maybe your breathing's a little slower now, a little easier. But you can put your attention on the slow, steady breaths. And instead of thinking about the cares of your day, you're just noticing how you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And you release all the effort, just letting go. Safe and sound. Soft and relaxed. And if little thoughts or worries start to appear, then just find a part of your body that could use a little more relaxation. Could be your face, so you're going to relax it. Put your attention there, still doing slow breaths. 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. There you go. Keep breathing easily into your safe, deep sleep.